Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi everyone, welcome back to the another video. Today in this video, we are going to start the new chapter of class 11th, which is ledger. In previous video, we have already finished the chapter that was going on general. Okay, see here. In general, what we had learned? In general, we had learned how to record the transaction. It means the recording part of the transaction will comes under the general. First of all, we have to identify the transactions, whether these transactions are in the form of money or not. If we identify these transactions are in the form of money, then after we have record this transaction. Now, after recording this transaction, there is a need to classify this transaction, summarize this transaction. So the classification and summarization part will comes under the ledger. See here, what is ledger? Ledger is a book in which various accounts are opened. Various accounts in the sense, it may be open assets account, it may be open liability account, it may be open expense account, it may be open income account, it may be open capital account. Like this, various accounts are opened and transactions are transferred in the accounts from general book. It means whatever you have recorded in general, whatever the entry you have in general, from general book you will transfer or post that entry into the books of ledger, and this ledger book is also known as principal book of account or permanent record of all transaction. Means permanent book, this is also known as permanent book, principal book of accounts, and this is also known as the book of final entry. It means after the posting of transaction into the ledger book, there is a need to prepare the trial balance, and after the preparation of trial balance, from this trial balance we will be able to calculate the final account. So this is the reason why this book is known as the book of final entry. Now, first of all, we will understand the format of the ledger. After understanding the formats, we will transfer the general entries into the books of ledger. Because in general, we had studied two types of journal entries. First one was single journal entry and second was compound journal entry. First of all, we will learn how to transfer the single journal entry, and then after we will learn how to transfer the compound journal entry. Okay, see here, this is the format of ledger book. Here there are 8 columns in the ledger book. Here is the debit format, and from here it will be the credit format. In debit format, we will write here date, particulars, general folio number, amount. On the same way, credit side, we will write here date, particulars, general folio number, and amount. So in ledger, there are total 8 columns. It may be asked in the objective question that how many columns are there in the ledger book. So there are 8 columns in the ledger book, and left hand side will be the debit side and right hand side will be the credit side. Now we will understand how to transfer any journal entry into the ledger format or ledger book. See here, we will take a few journal entries, and with the help of that journal entry we will be able to transfer it. Suppose we are taking one or two transactions, just for example. See here, started business with cash rupees 1 lakh transaction, purchase goods rupees 10,000, like this. Now, first of all, we have to make the journal entry. What journal entry will be here? Started business with cash rupees 1 lakh. We will make the journal entry. Cash account debit to capital account. How much amount is here? Amount is here 1 lakh. We will write. You can write narration being started business with cash rupees 1 lakh like this. Now second transaction, purchase goods of rupees 10,000. What entry you will pass? We will pass entry purchase account debit to cash account like this. Amount we will write here 10,000. Now if there is a need to transfer this entry into the book of ledger, then what it will be the procedure, how you will transfer? Here is the transaction 1 and here is the transaction 2. In transaction 1, there are two types of account. First one is cash account and second one is capital account. But in transaction number 2, there are first account is purchase account and another one is cash account. Cash account both are same. It means both will be transferred in the same book. But capital and purchase both are different. So we will have to make the different ledger book. So remember the thing that for transferring from general into the ledger book, first of all you have to identify how many accounts or how many ledger book will be open from these transactions or from these journals. Here we will have to open 3 ledger book. First for cash account, second for capital account and third for purchase account. So we will write here, suppose this format we take for cash account, we will write here cash account. Now in the downside we will have to take same format for the capital account. We will take here the format of capital account. Now the third format that we have to take, which is purchase account. Purchase account. This will be the third ledger book. So 3 ledger book we will prepare here. Now see here how we will post these general entries into the ledger book. Here is the first entry, which is cash account debit to capital account. Here is to mention already, but here in cash account nothing is mentioned. Remember the thing that here buy is hidden here, because we write here to, here buy is hidden. Remember this. How you will transfer these entries into the books of ledger? First of all, here is the cash account. This is the ledger book of cash account. So in cash ledger book we will have to transfer the capital account, and in capital account ledger book we will transfer the cash account balance. Remember that first of all try to transfer the two side in the sense here 2 is the capital account, so first of all we will start transfer from the two side, not the buy side. You can also do from buy side, but it's not relevant. From two side it will be more relevant. So try to transfer it from the two side to capital account. So this capital account will be shown under which ledger book? Cash account ledger book. So this will be your debit side will be the to side and your credit side will be the buy side. So in cash account we will transfer this capital account to capital account like this, to capital account. Whatever amount will be mentioned, you can write here amount. If date is mentioned, you can show also date here. Suppose just like 1st January like this, 2024, 1st December, anything, whichever date is mentioned, you can write here. Now this cash account will be transferred into the capital ledger book, capital account ledger book. Here is the buy side. So credit side we will transfer into this capital account ledger book. We will transfer here buy cash account. How much amount? Same amount, 1 lakh. This is the date column, 2024, like this. This is the procedure of posting. One entry we have posted. Now come to the second entry. Here entry is the purchase account debit to cash account. As we know that buy is hidden here with purchase account. So purchase account debit to cash account. It means in purchase account ledger book, we will have to write the cash account balance. And in cash account ledger book, we will have to write the purchase account balance. So first of all, we will have to transfer two side. So in purchase ledger book, we will write here to cash account. To cash account. How much amount was purchased? 10,000. We will write here 10,000. Suppose 2nd January, like this. Now in cash ledger book, we will transfer it purchase account. Here buy is hidden here. So buy, it means we will transfer it into the credit side. We will write here buy purchase account. Amount is how much? Amount is 10,000. 2nd January, like this date. Here there were two transaction only, or two journal entries. Now if there is 10 journal entry, if there is 5 journal entry, you can transfer like this. Now what after transferring, it means after posting the entries into the ledger book, what you have to do? The thing that you have to do is you have to balance this ledger book. It means you have to create the balancing figure of this ledger book. Suppose you are creating this ledger book of January month, then you will close this book, ledger book, at the end of the month, 31st January. Suppose this is your 31st January, you will close this ledger book. So you will have to make the balancing figure, how much balance you have in the cash ledger book. How we will balance this? First of all, you have to check amount column of both the side, credit and debit side. From which side amount is more? Where amount will be more, from that side you will start to balance. Here is the amount rupees 1 lakh and here is the amount 10,000. We will have to do the balance from this side, debit side, not the credit side. We will write here 1 lakh. Same amount, total amount, we will write here 1 lakh. Now 31st Jan, this account book will be closed by, we will write here balance carried on. Balance CD, this will be the balance carried on. How much carried on balance will be here? 1 lakh is given here minus 10,000. So your balance carried on will be how much? 90,000. And this carried on balance will be the brought down balance, means closing balance. This closing balance will be the opening balance of the next month. It means on 31st January, whatever your closing balance will be, this will be your opening balance on 1st February, whatever the date. So on 1st February, your opening balance will be here to balance BD with the same amount 90,000. We will write here the amount 90,000. We have closed one ledger book. On the same way, we have to close the another ledger book. This one from this side, because here there is no amount. We will close here from this side 1 lakh. Same way we will write here 1 lakh. 2, this is the 2 side, so we will write balance CD, same amount 1 lakh. If it is closing under the debit side, then it will be open credit side. If it is closing credit side, then it will be open debit side, vice versa. By balance BD, how much amount? 10,000. Now we have to close the another book, which is 10,000 here, same here 10,000 by balance CD it will be 10,000. To balance BD, it will be here 10,000. So this is the procedure of posting of journal entries into the ledger book.